to Charles. "Should we get started?" I ask, once everyone's loaded up with sweets and the coffee that Nora brewed for the group. "I have, for the first time, found what I can truly love. I have found you," Evelyn says, zeroing in on one of my favorite quotes from the book. And I have to hide a smile behind my hand when I notice that she's quoting it directly to Charles. Perhaps he's not the only one with ulterior motives when it comes to book club. When it's all over, a little more than an hour later, we decide on The Secret of Bees and Honey Cocoa Truffles for next month, and most of the seniors head for the door. Charles hangs back, as always, offering to help me clean up, but I know what he's really doing. I smile, my hands on my hips, and say, "Let's hear it, Charles. What's your pitch this month?" He grins back at me. "No pitch, Cookie. I was just hoping you'd given some more thought to going out with my grandson." "And I'm sure he's just thrilled you're peddling him around the library," I tease. I can't help being flattered at how persistent he is, but I've never been a fan of getting set up or the whole blind date idea. That's the sort of thing that only works out in romance novels. "Well, to be honest, he's just as stubborn as you," Charles says. "That's one of the reasons I think you'd be perfect for each other. Plus, he loves books just as much as you do." Okay, that's one point in the mystery man's favor. "What have you got to lose?" Charles asks. "You're single, right?" And I like it that way, I think. After 6 years of nonstop school and studying, I'm in no hurry to settle down, and the last thing I want is to go on a potentially awful date that could end up making things at my new job awkward. Still, Nora and Brooklyn were all for it, and if I just say yes, maybe Charles can stop worrying about me and his grandson and start noticing the pretty older woman in his book club. Yes, I'm single, I concede. My grandson has a good heart and a decent job, and he can talk about books all night long," Charles says. "I just know you'd hit it off." But what's wrong with him, I wonder, if he's so wonderful and yet his dating life is restricted to getting hooked up with the local librarian he's never even met? "Okay," I say, making a snap decision before I can talk myself out of it. I've got nothing to do this weekend but work, and I told myself after graduation that I wanted to be more adventurous, to figure out what I truly want in life. Well, this was adventurous, all right. "Really?" Charles seems taken aback, like he never really expected to win this argument. Then a broad smile takes over his face and he claps his hands. "Excellent. I'll let Chuck know." Oh boy, what have I done? Nora and Brooklyn will have a field day when they find out. But it's done. I'm doing it. "Tell him he can pick me up at my place after my shift on Friday," I say. "If he's game." "Oh, I'll make sure he is, Cookie," Charles says. I write down my address, then he takes another seed cake and saunters out, pleased as hell with himself.
2. Chuck. "Gramps?" The house is quiet, even though my grandfather's prized vintage Jag is in the driveway, and for a second, I worry. He's getting older, and I don't get over here as often as I'd like. "Gramps!" I call again, setting down the load of groceries I'm carrying on the kitchen counter. "What's all this shouting about?" my grandfather, the eminent Charles McArthur, asks, appearing in the doorway from the backyard. He's got a pair of gardening shears in one hand, and his crisp button-up shirt is rolled up to the elbows. 72 years old, and I don't think I've ever seen him dressed down. "You out there pruning Grandma's roses again?"